Hi everyone, Marion Embossing here. Someone asked me the other day about the Playful leaves that I got in my little haul that I showed in a previous video from Altenew in their amazing sale, I have to say. And they said, like, you know, what would I do with it? So I'm thinking, I'm just going to play, you know, like normal. I'm going to play. So first of all, I'm thinking, let's just emboss with this. Let's use this so that we can't make any mistakes. Famous last words. And we'll see where we go from there. And then I might emboss that and just see the difference. I don't know. So let me just throw that over there. I've got my lovely Wow Superior Smooth white cardstock. I've also still got a bit of the Neenah £110 cardstock that Denise sent me. I have ordered some, so I'm waiting for that to arrive because I was very impressed with it, Denise. Thank you very much. I've also got, oh yeah, look. See, look, so I bought these. I haven't used them much. These Aqua pigments. So what did I get? I've got Glinda. That was beautiful, Glinda. It's like a very pearl pink. It's lovely. Sterling, teal, obviously, fuchsia and olive. So I'm just going to see what they go like on the card. And I'm going to use my little blending tool. And my friend Donna, who I stayed with in the States recently, she really looked after me. Thank you, Donna. She got me loads of these. So little blending tools in their own little compartment, which is just fantastic. So I can actually have one for every colour because I think I've got 5 sets of these. Thank you, Donna. I really appreciate that. Saves me washing them all the time. What else have I got? Oh, do you know what? When I say she really looked after me, she knows I love teal. And she got me loads of little tools so that we could craft together. And they were all teal colours. I was like, oh, thank you. She really thinks. She really does. Anyway, let me just move all this, open this. Haven't opened it yet, but I do love leaves. And I just saw these and I just thought they were beautiful. I don't know if they're still available, but this would work with anything. I'm going to try, maybe I'll just do this on its own, that on its own, these together. So any embossing folders, and if you've got matching stencils, then fabulous. If not, just use them on their own. So first things first, let me take out me embossing folder. So these are called Playful leaves. And I am just, I think I'll try it on me Wow cardstock first. So if I put it in there like so, bring this over. Oh, that's me exercise for the day. That's all I'm doing. And I think, because I'm still using the, I do love this old multi-purpose platform. I think I use this one for embossing, but I can't remember now. We will soon find out. If it don't go through, don't force it. Okay, so let's just, oh no, that don't like that. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. That's a Textured Impressions. Oh no, it's this one. Embossing folder. And this is what I love about it, because for numpties like me who forget all the time, I can just follow what's on here and not break my machine. Okie dokie. Oh, it's still a bit tough. Oh, you know why? Because it's 3D, isn't it? Right, I'm going to try something. Hang on. 3D are thicker. So let me just try this. And I've done this. I've done 3D. No, that goes through too easily. Okay. I've done 3D ones in these. I need to go back and watch all my other videos. Right, let's start at the top. I'm not going to edit it out. I'll let you see that I'm a numpty. And then if you've got this, hopefully you'll do what I've just done. Not all the mistakes. Okay. So. Oh, beautiful. Do you know what? I know I say this all the time. I just love white card. And I just think that well, even if you put it on a coloured card base, say you put that on a coloured card base and done a sentiment in that, just, see, I've probably just done my first card there, but just beautiful. And you know what, while I've still got this in reach, let me just grab a bit of this. This is that Neenah £110 cardstock. It is thicker. It's quite a bit thicker. So, because this is like a 297 GSM, the WOW cardstock is 250. So, I'm just going to try, what am I going to try? I am going to, I'm just going to try this just because it is so much thicker, just in case. And I'd rather err on the side of caution and not do any damage. Let me have a look, see if I get it in right. Oh no, that's, okay, you can tell that's just going through. That might give a really fine detail. I don't know. And do you know what? If you haven't got a machine, I've never done this, admittedly, but I used to have people say to me that you can use a rolling pin. Right, okay, I'm just going to try it without a plate. No, that just goes through. So it does need a plate. Oh, I hope this ain't too thick. It might, the thing is, when it's too thick, it can rip the card. That went through lovely. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Numpty. Right. Oh, God, dear. Right, okay, let's have a look-see. Okay, beautiful. That held up nice, actually. Right, so what I was thinking was, let me just take that. I'm going to go back to me WOW one, first of all. This stencil, I mean, the embossing folder on its own is beautiful. The stencil on its own is beautiful. So, okay, so now we've got the fun part. I was going to say I've lined it up. Now, I could go in with some colour and just gently go over the top. You can take some inks and just go over the top, but chances are you're going to get it in there. So, I was thinking if I put it in this, and it should hold it in place for me. If I put that like so, and then just line that up. I hope the lighting in here is all right for you guys, because it's a very dull grey day here, and yeah, not great. So let's just see. I don't know whether, is that, oh look, just go for it. So I am going to put, so what am I doing this on first of all? I'm doing this on the WOW cardstock. So get yourself a little palette, and then let's go a bit of teal. So give them a little shake up or mix them around. If they're really like that, has got loads in the bottom. I feel like I'm shaking my maracas now. I need some maraca music. I don't know how that goes. Oh dear. But when it's really thick like that, you can take a paintbrush and just go in there and just start swirling it around, and that will loosen it. But that is, I should have shook these beforehand. I'm never organised. This is why you always know I never know what I'm really doing. I just wing everything. But that's life, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to squeeze a bit and then squeeze it out, just to make sure I've got no mica stuck up me pipette. I absolutely love that word, pipette. Right, let's get that out of there. I don't know if that's enough, actually. Let's put a little bit more there. And this one's not so bad. There's a little bit in the bottom. Let's go. Bit of that one. So then we've got teal and olive. I'm going to need another one of these out. You watch, I'm going to get really messy. Really, really messy. So, my cunning plan. Pick a bit up. I've probably put far too much on there. And then just start going around, doing it in a few places. And as you let it blend off, you'll get lighter areas and dark. Look, I did not need that much. Silly me. Okay. So then again, I didn't need this much, did I? Honestly. Let's just see what this is going to look like. I'm also seeing how the wow card holds up. So I should have said as well, I went with the darker colour first. And then it won't interfere with the lighter colour. So if you've got white bits, you can just give them a little push, squeeze them in. I talk like I've done it like this before and I haven't. Not with this anyway. Okay, now, test is, did it bleed? Let's hope not. You just move that. What's that on there? Oh, I might have a little bit of bleed. I've got a little bit of bleed. Oh, Marianne. Right, that was, oh, I've got a tiny little bit of bleed. Okay, that's not too drastic. But isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I mean, that is just stunning on its own. I might pimp it up a bit. Let me just throw that over there to dry. I'm just going to clean this. Just get a... Actually, I might just do it with a tea towel because it was just a wet ink. But when you clean them, always make sure you just do a bit of the backside as well in case it did bleed through, and then you've got areas there that are now clean. Okay, so let me throw this one in. I'll just put that one there. I'm going to try and be a bit more gentler on the, what do you call it, ink. Try not to be a little, you know, too heavy-handed. Because, and in fairness, like you can see, this lifts here. So although this is sticking on here, it's not stuck all the way down. So if you wanted to be absolutely perfect, then I would put a bit of pixie spray on the back of this, and then the whole thing would stick down, and then you wouldn't have anything lifting and going underneath. And I suppose as you're blending like that, you're lifting it slightly. Okay, let's just do the same two colours. I don't think it's going to look any different. It's not going to look... Oh, you know what I might do? Hang in there. Right, did I have... I had... There we go. I had this, the pearl. The Aqua pearl. So let me just give this a nice little shake. Shaky, shaky. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush. So I do want to make this a little bit different. So, drop a little bit of pearl in there. Don't know whether that's enough. Not done that before. Let's just give it a... I don't know, I think it might need a little bit more. Let's have a look. I'm winging it here, guys. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Clean that off. I'm just gonna see what that's like. I might just try a little bit more in both. Probably going to ruin it now. I can go back into this one. Clean that off. And then go back into this one. Okay, so one thing I'm thinking, sorry, I had to bend down then, pick my tea towel up, is because this has got, look, can you see, these sponges hold, or foam applicators, I should say, they hold so much. So I'm just taking some of that off. I could probably sit here all day doing that, so I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Let's just pick some of that up and just see if that makes much of a difference. You probably won't see until it's dry. Okay, soak that off. And I suppose I could, if, take some of that off, I'm just off the side here. But I suppose I could also, oh, that's got quite a lot on it. But, okay, I'll try and go lighter. If I don't see much of the pearl, which I might not in this light, to be fair, because it is very dark in my studio today. Good old British weather. Then again, it is December, so I won't moan, and then you can't have a go at me. Let me just, I feel like, whenever I say to myself, I always feel like I want to go, I feel like chicken tonight. I don't know if you have that out in the States or Australia or Canada. Oh dear. Now, I'm wondering if it's going to look much different. At the moment, I'm thinking no. So I'm thinking rather than, oh, do you know what? I might. Oh, right, hang on. I feel like chicken tonight. Okay, let me just put pearl in there. And then I'm going to put, I've got to remember what I've put on these. And then I can write them on the outsides. Okay. And I don't know, I think it is showing. Let me just have a quick look. I think as it's drying, oh yeah, it's a bit more vibrant. But is that because the cardstock is a different colour? Look, no, because you'd think against white. Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it? It does look more vibrant. So maybe that just makes it more vibrant. Let me just see if the pearl on its own on top, I'm just going to heat this a little bit, just dry it. Okay, let me just, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I'm trying to get as many videos done as I possibly can, because we're hosting Christmas dinner and Boxing Day at our house, and I've got lots and lots of family coming, so I've got so much to do. So I'm just, if I tap it on, let me tap it on, onto the leaves, tap, 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 tap. I just wonder if that makes it a bit more poily. Yeah, so I'm trying to get as many done as I can. So I've got them all lined up, and then I can sit back and relax a bit. So you might see me in the same clothes and think, oh, she's only got one jumper. But it's because I'm doing them on the same day. Okay. So that, I'm going to, oh, do you know what? I'm going to clean this with a baby wipe. Because it's the pearl, I think. Okay. Right, I did have some other ideas in my head and I've completely forgotten them now. But, let me just, do you know what? Oh, you can see that pearl. Look. Can you see it? There you go. Oh, look at that. I mean, that is beautiful as well. But that, with that pearl. There's also that, what did I get as well? The iridescent spray. So again, you don't have to use these, whatever you've got. Whatever you've got. That is just beautiful. I love that. I love them both. I really do. I did bleed a little bit more on this one than this one, which I'm thinking, is it because, oh no, it's just because I'm a numpty and I'm very heavy-handed. So I learnt my lesson from this one, so that one came out better. So let me just stick those there for the minute. I'm just gonna, I feel like I don't want to waste that. Oh, you know what, I might try. Let me just see. Look, if I just pick a bit of this up and just do a little background with my baby wipe. I feel like I need a bit of the green now, the olive, because it's a bit too blue. And then we can make this into a card of sorts. And then I haven't wasted that. I could have just, you know, stuck my card in it. I could have done it with cling film. If you haven't seen all that, let me know and I will do ones. In fact, I might do something like that a bit later. Let's just see, even that. Oh, do you know what though? Sorry, I keep saying, do you know what? And I do apologise for that. It's because when I'm doing these videos, some of you know this already, I don't have a clue what I'm going to do. I know what products I want to use, roughly. And then I sit here and my eye wanders and I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that. And then I go grab something else. But I never really know what I'm going to do. So when I'm saying, oh, do you know what? I'm basically talking to myself and saying, oh, do you know what, Marion? If you try this and if you try that. And I just, that's how I like to craft. I like to, I don't know, I just like to experiment and play. And then it's nice because then you guys can see, you know, whether it works out and whether it doesn't. Because the only time I edit these videos is to fast forward when I'm using the heat tool. If I have a little coughing fit, which I have a lot of those, because I have postnasal drip, not too much information. So I end up coughing quite a bit. And then I cut that out because nobody wants to hear me cough. Yeah, basically. But I'm just now thinking, that is just beautiful, isn't it? Now, if it's a little bit wet at the moment, that needs to completely dry. But it's wet, one, because of the liquid, the pigment liquid, but also the baby wipe. So baby wipes are great ways. I used to use them with paint all the time, and they're fantastic for that. So while I'm thinking of my next thing, let me just have a little move around of things. See, I spoke about coughing. I had a little coughing fit, but you didn't even notice because I edited it out. Edited it, you know. Okay, so what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What I was thinking was, I mean, even like just like a silhouette stamp on here would look beautiful. But I was also thinking of this on here in all black. But also, with embossing powders. That would look quite stunning. I've got these ones out from my previous video. Cummerbund. That would look like, white glitz. Oh, I wonder. See, white glitz, I think of Christmassy. But it doesn't have to be. I might, do you know what? I'm going to try it. Oh, she says, trying to pull that off. Okay, but this has got to be completely dry. I can help it with the heat tool. I can help it with talcum powder. So a little tip for you. If I use, and this will make me cough as well. If I put my talcum powder all over this, that helps absorb the moisture. It's no wonder I cough all the time. Okay. To get that out. So, little tip. If you're not sure whether your cardstock that you want to emboss on is dry enough, just throw some embossing powder on and then shake it off. If it sticks anywhere, this one hasn't, then you know it's safe to use. Oh, tell a lie, got a little bit there, just a tiny bit. So I'll put a little bit more powder on that and I should be good to go. Now, one thing I don't recommend pixie spray for is if you're doing this with embossing powder, because, let me get some of that out again. Okay, cool. If you're using this for embossing powder and you've got pixie spray on the back and you stick that down, you can guarantee, well, it's happened to me every single time I've tried to do it, even when I've left it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I've gone like that, it's stuck beautifully, I've done it, lifted it up, put the powder on, and then there's all little bits of sticky from the backside that it goes to. So yeah, I personally, you might have had a better experience than me, but I didn't. Okay, so let me just see. And then let's just put, oh, come on, girl. Put this on here. Now, I will have to be careful though, because can you see where these lift? Oh, you know what else I could do? Oh, I got my sprays out, didn't I? A spray, oh, what about? Oh, I'm flicking from one thing to another now. I wonder if the iridescent spray will be enough. Or, I'm thinking of something else now. Because I meant to do this in the previous video, where we was just going to make up our own spritz. Oh, Marion. Do you know what? I'm going to just try. Let me take this off. I'm sorry for my procrastinating. I do apologise. Okay, so let's get me nice little box. Got to be careful because I realised the other day when I done this, I ended up spraying all over me other bits. Right, so I want to be careful because it's lifted slightly. So I'm just gonna, I don't know that this is gonna show enough, but unless we try it, we don't know. The other thing I can do, just move that over there. Oh my. When I lifted it up like this, I was like, nah. And then I went like that. Oh my goodness. How stunning. Now, you can't see anything though when it's like that until you do that. Oh, I wonder though, if I flick a bit, I wonder if this is wet enough. To hold it. Yeah, I might need to, I'm going to flick it quite hard so it doesn't go everywhere. I don't want it to stick on everything. So you always want to do that before you heat set it. So I might just have a few little bits. Do you know what? I'm not going to be able to tell until I might have overflicked. I'm not going to be able to tell until I heat set it. Hey, let's just go for it. And there's an opaque white in here, along with these beautiful little shards. So let me have a look-see. If I go about there. Okay, I'm going to heat from underneath. Okay, that was weird because I thought I'd got the powder stuck on there, and it wasn't. It was actually the, what was it? The shimmer spray. Is that a little bit there? No. Oh, there's a tiny bit. Such a minuscule bit that it's not making any difference. Okay. So basically, because I shimmer sprayed it, it's not wet enough, like long enough for me to get that on there. I mean, that is just, in my eyes, it's beautiful. But if you're sending that to someone, the recipient of the card is going to think, okay, well, it's not until they move it that they're going to see it. So to me, that isn't good enough. So I am going to, let me just, what have I done with it? Did I clean it? No. I'm going to try and line this up, so I might have to hold it up so I can see. Did I do it on an angle? No, I didn't. Here we go. I've got to try and line it all up now. This is the fun part. Could be round the wrong way. It was round the wrong way. Okay, so that looks... Oh. No, I might mess this up now. Stupid woman. Hey. Let's just try. Or, no, you know what? What have I got on here? I've got a bit of ink on here. See, look, I don't like how that all lifts when you're trying to brush it. I mean, I know I can put my fingers on it and hold it in place. I don't know if there's enough ink on it. This was just from what I used the other day. I think it was Daydream. Has that done anything? No. Oh, Marion. Well, it is beautiful if you move it. Okay. I think so. But I don't like how... Oh, I suppose it is coming through a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot. So, I mean, I know you can't do stencils like this without having these gaps, because obviously that's how you have to make a stencil. But I will do something with this. I don't know what yet. I might just cut a nice circle from it. And I want, oh, do you know what? Hang on. I'm just going to see if I then just take my Daydream. Look, line that back up. Oh, Marion, honestly. You'll be begging me to edit my videos soon. You'll be like, please, just edit them so we haven't got to watch all this. Okay. So I've got to try and get that back how it was, which isn't easy. In this dark as well. I'll just go for it. But I wonder if my background was a heavier colour to start with, then my iridescent spray would have really stood out. Ta-da! Okay. So it didn't quite plan out how I had it in my head. Let's get some of this off. I'm wondering, can we still... Oh, look. Oh, okay. Right. Again, you only see it when you move it. But look, I obviously didn't line it up properly and I've given myself a shadow. Which, let me do that on another card because I think shadowing is just absolutely beautiful. So, throw that there. Gonna have a little clear up and I'll get a couple of inks. Okay, so You know I love my hot tub. I love Daydream. I am just going to... Got to try and work out which brush... Oh, no, not that one. What brush did I use for hot tub last time? Not that one either. Why don't I get a new one of these out? Thank you, Donna. And do it with that. Okay. So, shadowing, in case you never saw it before. If I can remember, which I probably won't because I'm very forgetful lately, I will try and link the feather when I done shadowing with embossing powder. It's just gorgeous. But this, for really quick and simple, let's just get some ink on there. And I'm going to go in with my lightest colour first. And it is quite light, this one. So I'm just... It probably needs a re-ink. Let me just... This is one of those things also, when you do it, you think, oh, there's nothing on there until you lift. And then you're like, oh, actually, there is some on there. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to re-ink this. And this is why I always recommend getting re-inkers, because you can just, when you're running out and it's one of your favourite colours. I think when Catherine Paula's first came out, well, when I first, not when they first came out, obviously, but when I first came across them, I was absolutely besotted with Aquatini. Oh, so beautiful. And then, I mean, anything in the Teal, anything in the Teal family. I mean, look at that. How beautiful is that? Even as a sympathy card. Do you know what I mean? Oh. And then Hot Tub came out and I was like, oh, I'll see you later, Aquatini. I just, no offence. I still like it, obviously. I like anything that's Teals. But, okay, boom, boom, boom. I can do that because it's a very, very light colour. Now, what we're going to do now, I think when I first ever saw this technique, I was taught this by Leandra from Paper Artsy. It was when I had my shop and we went to a retailer's day, which was fantastic. And she taught, and she called it bumping. So you have your stencil lined up, how you had it, and then you literally just move it slightly. Now, if I move it this way, my shadow is going to be at the top. If I move it upwards, my shadow will be at the bottom. So line it back up and then just shift. Just give it a little shift. And you can see how much shadow you're going to get because you can see the gap that you've got there. That's what's going to come across. So I never know whether it's too much or not enough. So let me just go for it. And I think, oh, I think I've done it right. Did I move it a little bit? Oh, I don't know. Hey, hey ho. Little bit of Daydream. And I feel like when I'm doing things like this, I go off into a daydream. What I should be doing is trying to think what the next thing is I can do. So let me just speed this along. So if I just lift, and I'm going to bring that up because I want to keep it in position. But can you see that shadow on there of the hot tub? There's just a shade. It's really beautiful. But I'm thinking if I keep this in position, I'm going to give it a little wipe. And just to give it a little bit more interest, you know we used that pearl. I'm going to use that on here again. So there was Poil. And then I can, oh, add that up. Again, probably don't need much. And I'm just gonna pat it on. And look, yeah, I knew it would do that. It's picking up the ink because the ink's not dry. Not that it matters. But I'm glad I'm using these because I bought them because I really, really loved them. I was gutted. I don't know if you've heard me say this before. I saw the gold. Oh, and that's what I saw first of all. And I was like, oh, I want that. And it was out of stock. I was like, darn. And then I ordered all these, got these, and then the gold came back into stock. But I didn't order that because it just, because I don't live in the States. I think scrapbooking.com are the best for their shipping prices. They're amazing to the UK, they really are. But I can't justify, you know, sort of 1 or 2 items. I have to do it when there's a sensible amount of stuff. Okay, so we'll see what that goes like. I'm just going to give this a little clean. Close that down. I would always recommend you clean your stencils straight away. If you can't, if you're using something like your Lunar paste, Solar paste, anything like your texture pastes, and you can't get to clean it immediately, just have a bowl of water next to you and just throw it in there, and then that stops it all setting on there. Okay. Right. Looks all right. Let me just set that aside. That can dry. And I'll reuse that later. This, I have to say, looks stunning. Can you see? I don't know if you're seeing that shadow. It's very subtle because it is a very light colour, but that's what you want the shadow to be. Or you can do it, you know, you can't really do it the other way. No, you can't. Shush, Marion. Don't be stupid. Because obviously if you're dark first, then your light isn't going to show. You'll just get the shadow of the light again. But if I bring that, look, there you go. And that, look at that. Look, I missed a bit there and there. But that don't matter because then that makes it look organic. I like that word. Okay, so I was meant to just be showing you really quick and simple cards, which I do think they are. I've messed up a little bit. And now I need to turn these into cards. So, I think I dragged this one back from the brink. And that's where my shadow come from, which made me think, oh, let me do it on there. I don't know what my favourite is. I think it's this one with the pearl pigment on top. It's just, I mean, oh, they're all lovely. Look at them. And I suppose, I mean, another thing I didn't sort of show, I've just done them as full solid panels, but there's no reason why. Let me just do this. Hang on. I've just got a scrap of card here. If I just trim this down, I mean, if I do that, because, okay, let me just do that. I like that you can stick it out there a little bit. Beautiful. And then I'm just thinking, right, okay, so then I'm thinking you could just have that like that with a piece of white underneath, sort of just tone on tone. I might just, let me have a look at that. It might work, it might not. Oh, do you know what, even that on a card, obviously cut there, but that is really nice, isn't it? But let me look. I just want a little border. Ooh. Not too much. Is that too much? Because then I'm thinking, well, one, I could either have it, well, you wouldn't do it on white if I've already mounted it on white. But just that and that is really nice, just really simplistic, going across and then having a sentiment across there. Having it on your card, like so. So again, you're just giving that little, I like that actually. I like them both. Okay. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to stick this down. I feel like, you know what I'm going to say? I feel like I want to put this pearl on here as well. Like, stop it, walk away. Okay, this is your quickest card, right? Don't put the pearl on, Marion. Just do what you were going to do. If you're not sure with your trimmer on the top part here, just butt your scissors up to the edge and trim, and then flick it over. And again, you can trim it or just use your scissors just by butting your scissors right up to the edge. Get rid of those little bits. And then you can just have a little sentiment strip going along there. Okay, so what have we done now? I'm going to turn these into cards. I might, I feel like I want to cut one on a diagonal. This is still wet, so I really shouldn't sort of go steaming in. Let me just move that aside. What one do I want to cut on a diet? That just needs to just stay as it is because it is so beautiful. It really is. I love that. I just love it. You know when you just do something, you love it. And then the same thing like with this, where we've just taken a piece of it, you could do that with the stencil as well. Just stencil an area, mask it off, and then stencil an area. So I feel like I might do a nice big circle with this, or even a heart. I'm going to have to go find some bits. This one I might, oh, I feel like I want to do it with this one, but I need to heat set this a bit more. Okay, so I am going to choppity chop. Let me just put that in there so I don't forget. So let me just go in on an angle. First of all, I'm going to take a little bit off of there. Okay. And then if I go in at an angle like so, this is how I find it the easiest. So I'm going to pop that down. I'm going to grab a card base. So that's my Wow cardstock, cut in half, and then I'll just fold it over. And I saw the bone folder here. There it is. Okay. And then this is where I find it easiest, because if you line that like that, you'll get a little line, but I want enough for a sentiment to go in there. So if I take just, If I want it so that it's more down this way, if that makes sense, so I had it like that, yeah, then obviously I'll just take a bit more off the bottom, which I think I'll do that actually. So let me just, oops. Why am I not flat? Oh, because I'm on the paper, aren't I? Durr. So let me just take a little bit. I'm not going to take loads. Look, I've got Julie's stamps behind me. Have a lovely day. I wonder, let me just see if that's going to fit in there. Just make sure. So if you was going to have that like that. No, see, that's not quite fitting, is it? Because it's got the doodah. So I'm going to take a little bit more off because I've got those stamps and I can use those. So I've got a bigger gap now. Have a lovely day. And then we could, if we wanted, we could just finish with a couple of little glosses. Just do, oh, these are the 1, 2, these are the glitter dots, sugar berries they're called. Okay, have a lovely day. I probably should have done them further up, but you know, hey ho. Right, card number 1. That was quick and simple. So, let me just put these back. These are called Sweet Daisy stamps, and they also have a matching die as well. They're really nice. Let me make room. I'm going to go and grab a couple of other bits to do stuff with. Right, while I was over there, I found a couple of dies. So let me just stick that there. Let's move this guy out of the way. I've got to put a sentiment on that. That I just feel like I need to leave as is, and just mount it up on some card. I might find some green card. But then, and I was thinking like to just do a nice circle. So I've got my Sizzix framelits, which I like. And then because I sort of messed this one up, I did get a little bit of that embossing powder on. Not a lot. I'm just wondering what it'll be like if I put it through that. I am going to do it. We shall see. We shall see. Right, this is the Mod Strips cover plate die from Catherine Paula. Cross your fingers, guys. Let me move that out the way. That's going to go like so. Right, try and keep them in their pattern. So what you could do, let's just imagine this is my card base. You could now do like that, just leaving a little gap in between. Well, no, you can't, because look, it doesn't go all the way, does it? You'd have to work it. Yeah, no, that's not gonna, forget that idea. But you could just leave your little gaps like so, like so. So I could either just do, look, I'm thinking as I'm doing it, so bear with. So I suppose you could do bigger gaps, smaller gaps. You just want to make sure you start off right, because this is roughly the right size. So this is my, oh, don't mix them up. Again, wow card, cut in half. I mean, I could do it that way, book fold, but I'm not going to. So if I go like so, and I just feel right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a bit of, oh, here we go, bit of double-sided. So no room for error. So don't make a mistake. Right, I'm going to stick these down. I'll whiz through it. I'm going to stick them down, and then I'm going to leave a bit more of a gap in one so I can get my sentiment in there. So now I'm going to go in, chop all these little bits off, and then stamp a sentiment. Seeing as I've got these out. Oh, or look, I could use me tailored. Oh, that's nice. A note to make you smile. Yep, I'm going to put that in there. Everything that I can find that I've used, I will link in the description. So let me just, a note to make you smile. That's nice. This one I still haven't decided. This I feel like I just want to do a nice circle. I did think of something else just now. Something went through my head as I was doing that. And I thought, oh, I could do that on this. But I can't think what it was. Nah. Oh, you know what? Okay, let me... No, because it will cut through, won't it? I'm just thinking, if I did do this again, but I wanted to keep them in place, it will cut through my... You watch, I'm going to mess it up now. Right, what I need to do... Right, I think I'm doing it wrong this way. I've done it before, but I always get it wrong. Because I think it's going to cut through that as well, isn't it? I'm sure it is. Of course it is. Yes. Okay, but it might help a little bit. So, what I will do, actually, I'll stick a bit of tape around here. If only you guys were in my mind, you're probably thinking, what on earth is she doing? It's just going to be a mess of tape, isn't it? I need to just get that like that, just to hold it in place. I'm not bothered about that bit. Yeah, see, look, it all cut through there. It weren't meant to do that. Well, it was going to do that. I knew it was. That's why I said it. Again, because I don't... No, this isn't quite going to work what was in my... Oh, dearie me. Oh. Right, let me just... Now, I can take this out. Do you know what? I have done this before years ago, and I just can't remember how I've done it. So I'm like just struggling along here. You're probably all laughing at me going, Marion, you don't do it like that. There's such an easier way. I really make things hard for myself. Okay, so that's what I wanted. Right, that's what I wanted. So if I put that there, ish, and then, are you seeing what I'm doing here? Are you seeing it yet? So that is going to go on there. Now I need to get a circle. What did I call this? Quick and easy. Oh dear. Do you know what? Let's just call it, if you were paying for this, you're getting your money's worth. Let's say that. Right, let's do that. Aha. And then I'm gonna, this has got so much tape on it now. Right, I'm just gonna run this through. Got a little square card actually. Oh, it's dirty. I use some of these ones as shims. These are the little wow cards. I might. Right, let's just use that. Okay, so this is where I was getting at. Are you with me? I'm sure loads of you are going to say, Marion, there was such an easier way. Right, okay, so, but what I want to do is, what I want to do is gap it out like I did with that one. Oh, for goodness sakes. So, if I just peel these off, peel them gently, and look how much it's got stuck on it. Oh, look, I've got a teeny tiny bit. So I need to just go like so. I'm not worried about those bits on there, but these should all line up again, but with a gap. Yeah? Just work with me, guys. Work with me. Oh, for goodness sakes. It's like, how hard can you make your life? And I'm going to offset it so I don't have to worry about getting it in the centre. Nope. Right, I'm going to whiz through this. Honestly, I don't know why I do this to myself. I know so many places where I went wrong now with this. First one being that I stuck the thing on the wrong side down there. Second one, I should have lined it up so that it was more sort of equilateral, as in it's really big there and a really tiny little bit there. And then also I should have mounted it on foam so that as I cut it, I've already got the foam mount on there. And then I could have just stuck it down. Honestly, I'm hard work, I really am. My brain must despair of me. It must think, for goodness sakes, Marion. Right, let me just get this out of the way. And then I'm just going to put some sentiments on. I think it was worth it. And I probably should have put it further down as well. Honestly. But it gives you the idea, yeah? Right, I'm just going to tidy up. Okay, so I've put double-sided tape on that bit. and 2 lots of foam mount, because I've already got 1 lot of foam mount there. So I'm going to need to make that bigger, or higher, I should say. And then it should stick nicely. Get something right, Marion. And I'm doing sending a big hug. I need a big hug after that. Hopefully you like it. Oh dear, I don't know. Right, so I got that one, and that one. Why do I end up making so many cards? I just don't understand myself. Oh, I give myself too much work. Oh, wishing you the best day. See, look how simple that is. So beautiful. So simple. Could have a few little diamantes on there. But it, you know, it doesn't even need that. So I think just, you could have it like that, couldn't you? You could go like that and have it opening that way. No, I like me. So again, if I do thingy bob on there, I don't know if that's going to be too. Do you know what? Let's just see. Let's just see. So we just do a little bit there. If you go over, you can just tear it off or flick it back. Don't matter. Oh, that's good. Wishing you the best day ever. And again, I feel like I just need to... Oh, that's nice. And they lived happily ever after. But, what else have I got? Oh, I love that. Sorry to hear you're getting old. I do like that. I might just go that way. And then have I got any more of this colour? Have I got a little scrap left, or did I use it? I probably used it all, didn't I? Because I used it coming down there. So let me just have a little look around. I might just use a little bit of this. So what I like to do, when I'm going to use some of this for something else, I will fold it over. Sorry, I've got a song in my head. Living La Vida Loca. I don't know why. I keep singing it. Right, let's just... Actually, I could mount it on that. I think I will. Right, I'm going to take a little bit off. And then I'm just going to take a little bit off the bottom here. So if I go like that, I'm going to take a tiny bit more off. Tiny bit. And then I want a bit of this. So let me just go with that. Take a little bit of that off. That I can use. This one is sea glass. Let me get all my bits out of the way. This is the bit that takes the longest, putting things together, isn't it? So I've got that like so. And I might, because it's quite heavy, I'm going to put double-sided on there. And then this, I'm thinking if I, because that's straight there, if I just mimic that and then have that like so, I could either have that straight and then that's nice. So I can either offset it there. Oh, I like that. I like that. I don't think I'm going to call this a quick card making challenge for obvious reasons. But I think you might agree that they are pretty simple but effective cards, if you don't mind me saying, using that beautiful stencil and embossing folder from Altenew. So I will get these all photographed and yeah, I will see you on the other side. Thanks ever so much for bearing with me. Wake up in case you've gone to sleep. Yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks ever so much. Take care. Bye.